ECN Trade Technical Webinar. Good morning, my name is Robert Clayton. Looking at the Australian dollar on a daily time frame, we can see last week the market posted a bearish outside range day, which followed on further weakness to a low of 74.75. Currently in a mild uptrend since that low. You can see from a 4-hourly time frame that the indicator is coming to an end of its rally from what it appears. This in turn suggests that any advance up towards the resistance of 75.70 should find supply there, with a range on the day of 75.10 to 70. Overall, if we read into the market of what this outside range day suggests, is that we should see further weakness into this week and see a fall down towards 74.40. To get the market further into a deeper fall, we need to see a move sub 74.20 and lower to 73.90. If we get that move, then a new view comes into play where the market could fall down towards the lows around 70 to 71 cents. Looking into the intraday view, I still feel that any advance will now struggle after this confirmation from last week. So on the day, as I suggested, 75.10 to 70 as a range. Looking at Euro, interesting pattern since the market rebounded off 108, went back to challenge the highs around 113 seen in February, and now struggling as the US dollar strength returns. In a mild uptrend at the moment, on the day I'm looking for a range of 111.20 to 112.25, and I do expect to see resistance return from there. Like the Aussie, the indicator is coming to the end of its range, and I feel that any advance towards that high side of 112 should now struggle, and as I mentioned, still expect to see this weakness in the euro to continue this week and eventually see that fall down towards 111.20 and reassess from there. Dollar yen, quite a remarkable recovery from the lows of 110. Currently now pressing towards this resistance seen around 113.90 to 114.5. On the day, I expect to see a range of 112.70 to 113.90 with the bias of a move up. Any weakness or pullback should find demand around that sort of 112 area. And as I mentioned, if this stochastic is anything to go by from the previous times, is that we can see this advance by midweek towards that 113 to 114 region. Sterling, interesting to see, is showing some recovery from the end of last week. However, the trend from what I can see from the whole of last week, it's still biased to the downside. So on the day, I expect to see a range of 141.60 to 142.80, and any advance towards the top side should struggle. As you can see from the last advance, the market is now showing smaller candles on an hourly time frame, and with the indicator coming into a mild turnover into a decline, does suggest that we should see a pullback in sterling in the next sort of 6 hours. And to wrap it up with gold, interesting to see how gold's fallen away from the highs of 1,260 and now looking towards the support, which comes in around about 1,190. Overall, I feel that we should see further weakness into the start of this week, with an intraday range of around about 1,210 to 1,240. As I mentioned, a fall down towards 1,190 would see the market fall lower and give a potential target of somewhere around about 1,140. So quite a significant drop if we do go through that level of 1,190. So to wrap it up, I expect to see weakness in the Australian dollar and the euro, with the US dollar strength coming through. Should see dollar yen advance towards that target of around 114, sterling to be weaker, and also gold to be weaker. So a broad dollar strength across the market that suggests that by midweek those targets that I'm looking for to be eventually reached. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, have a good day.